If you're considering starting a coffee roasting business, sourcing good green beans is vital to your success. You're going to have to know where to get them, how to get them, and make sure you get the correct ones. Today we're going to discuss that so you have a good option to get the proper beans that you're going to need to provide the coffee that you want for your client. Hi guys, Terry Miller from Cherry Blend Coffee Roasters. Today we're going to talk about purchasing good green beans. Beans that's going to be successful in your company and help you grow your business. In the beginning, we made our mistakes, but we learned from it and we're willing to share them with you today. Let's start with one of the most crucial questions. So where can I buy green beans for coffee roasting? Well, there's people that come and they call me. I'm not an importer. I can't sell you green beans. What you need to do is you contact a registered importer of coffee beans. That is someone with the knowledge and the intelligence and the business to create the proper procedures to get the coffee beans purchased from all around the world. It takes a lot of paperwork, it takes a lot of government work, and to do it properly, you're going to need to know what to do right. And if you don't have that capability, my best choice is getting with a good importer, and they'll take you down the road of success. We made our first call about 2 weeks from the time we needed to get our coffee beans because we were ready to go. Our coffee roasters in place, we had all the products ready, bags made, labels made, ready to go. Guess what? Nobody answered the phone. I finally got a hold of one, Balsick Brothers out of Charleston, South Carolina. Got on there with the owner. It was a young man at the time that he works for his mother that owns the business. It's a female-owned company. He explained to me, okay, nobody's answering their phone because they're at the Coffee Expo. Well, to them, I guess a lot of the companies, they feel the Coffee Expo is more important than taking care of people like me that have no coffee beans. We're with that same company. We've been with them for over 6 years. They're a high quality company. They've been around since 1917. What you want in a good importer is going to be strictly up to you and how you decide what you want. In our business, we wanted someone that would answer the phone and they were there for us when we need them. And I was ecstatic when I found out this was actually a 4th generation company that's been around since 1917. Those are the way we create our business and what spoke to me personally. Find out what kind of a relationship you want with your importer and then go out and find that particular company. So another key question is, what is the difference between a washed, natural, and honey processed bean? It's going to make a difference in the price, the quality, and the taste of that particular product. You have to learn the difference through trial and tribulation, through your importer, and testing and make sure that you're getting the coffee that you want. With the natural, it's very simple. All the skin and the coating is taken off the bean and then they're dried. With the wash process, it's actually run through high pressure water and actually peels and takes off all the product on the beans itself. Remember that we're talking seeds. They're seeds, coffee seeds, not beans. And then it's dried. With the honeyed process, that's where they take everything off but the actual, what they call mucilage. The mucilage on the bean itself is a very kind of sticky, honey type, slimy thing, part of the bean itself. That's where they're going to actually take everything off but that and dry it with that on it, which actually is going to create a different taste on the bean when it dries. Because all these beans, the different processes that I'm discussing here is going to give you a different taste, a different attribute to that bean. It's going to roast different, it's going to taste different, it's going to cost you more or less money based on the process itself. So what this is going to mean to you as a roaster is that when you go and order these coffee beans, it's going to start out at the very high end with the honey processed, go to the natural, and then to the washed. And that's going to be your different price levels. Check out the variations of the companies because they're all going to charge you something a little different. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to get the idea and the concept in your head on how I order my beans. Get yourself a great importer, find out who you can work with that's going to help you get the best product possible. You're going to have to decide what type of a bean do you want, whether it's a light, medium, or dark. You're going to have what country it comes from, the origin, what you're going to end up with when you're done roasting, and the process of the bean itself. Some beans are processed better and taste better one way than another way. Work with your importer and they'll help you figure this all out. I can't sit here and give the answers because it's what you want particularly. So make sure that you understand when you go and to buy your beans, get yourself a good importer, go back through, figure out which processes you want. You can have all three. It's different ones, different variations, various locations, and various prices. Make sure that you're going to know that you're going to pay different amounts of money for different beans. Just because you get a Brazil one way, it doesn't mean it's going to be the same the other way. You have to figure that out and know that in advance, because when you're going to be charging your customers, you have to make sure that you're going to make some money off it. Otherwise, don't roast. How do they determine what country I'm going to buy my coffee beans from? Okay, let's figure out which one each one produces. Some beans are going to taste one way versus another way. If it comes from Mexico, it tastes one way. If it comes from Brazil, Guatemala, Costa Rica, Ethiopia, they all taste different. They come from an original seed back in the day, and around the year 900 and something, the original beans started, and everybody took these beans and put them all over the world. They have their own ground they grow in. They have the animals that live in the trees that eat the fruit that pollinates these different trees and creates the different taste and flavor that you're going to roast. Now you have to decide which coffees do you want. Learn who your client is, figure them out. What do they like? Dark, medium, lights? Do they like decaf? What do they like? The darker coffees are going to be more chocolate nutty. The lighter coffees are going to be more fruity and flavorful. So if you want to make coffee in this business, you want to sell coffee in this business, you want to make money in this business, you're going to have to figure this out on your own. There's nobody can tell you, and I can't tell you. You can't look at a book and it's going to give you the answer. It comes from up here. It comes from thinking and knowing who your client is. That's what you're going to decide. Get that all together, do your homework, and then go after it. And then you can become a sustainable, good producing coffee roaster like a lot of people want to be. So to get down to it, what is this going to cost me? So to give you a little bit of lowdown just on the beans themselves, not talking about any other thing else you're going to deal with, the coffee beans, you got to figure with tariffs, with changes in the economy, with what they call rust leaf and different other diseases that happen with coffee. The supply and demand is going to make a difference in your coffee. All that you have to figure out as you go along, how much can I afford to pay for coffee? If you want to have a good business and if you want to grow your business, you're going to have to buy the higher end coffees, the higher grade coffees. Coffee comes in 5 grades, and ourselves, we only buy the first 2 grades. There's a reason for that, and there's a reason that you're going to sell the coffee you buy at whatever grade you decide is for your client. So this is all things you got to take in and understand a little bit. Make the decisions based on that. You know, what's my coffee going to cost me? Because it's very, very important. Even though our whole business is taken care of, hey, we still have to buy coffee beans every month. And that is a cost that you're not going to just walk away from it. It's going to happen every month. It's going to change prices, and you're going to have to deal with different people all the time. Don't be afraid to change importers. Don't be afraid to change coffees. Just do what works best for you, because you're the one that's going to make a coffee business, a roastery business, do what you want it to do. I've talked to people that they would go out and buy small 1, 5, 10-pound bags of coffee, and then they would get into boxes which are usually around 65 pounds, and then they get into coffee bags. Coffee bags go usually between 135 to 155 pounds. They talk kilos, I talk pounds, and that's kind of what we're looking at. Unless you get to the point where you're massive, then you're going to be buying truckloads, and that's probably not where you're going to start. So you're going to start just like everybody else. You're going to start with little amounts and get bigger and bigger and bigger. And same with your roasters. You're going to change size there. There again, if you maybe think that you can do this at home part-time and you can get away with 5 pounds of coffee a week, That's fine. If that's what you think you can do, then you go ahead and do it. With ourselves, our experiences in a business, we decided, hey, we're going full blast. We went out and got a coffee roaster. We went out and started with a skid of coffee, 10 bags of coffee per skid. Okay, you don't have to buy 10 bags of coffee, but they're going to charge you for a skid. So you can get 2 bags on a skid. You're going to pay the same shipping costs as if you had 10 bags. So the smaller amount of coffee you buy, the more it's going to cost you. You're going to have shipping, you're going to have everything that entails. You're going to have all the 17 different items they're going to add on. And that comes with all coffees. So just make sure that you keep in mind that you're going to deal with a lot more expenses to begin with because you're going to deal with smaller amounts. Once you get to the point where you have bags and bags of coffee and you're ready to go, you can buy 10, 20, 30 bags of coffee at a time. You're going to pay a lot less money. So check out the coffee commodity online and that give you an idea of what kind of prices you're going to start paying. Every business has an operational cost, and you know what? This is just one of ours. It's just part of the deal. Question would be, can I purchase cheap coffee or lower grade coffee that doesn't have the taste and the flavor and the aroma that a high quality coffee does? Can I make money from that? Absolutely. Take a look around you. Our whole society is inundated with coffee that tastes terrible. It's the cheapest coffee on the market. It's the lowest grade coffee that's produced. Why would I say that? Because the coffee you're paying $6, $7, $8 a cup for costs probably 1/2 to 1/4 what I pay for. And the reason being is I'm creating coffee that has taste, flavor, and aroma. There's no chemicals added to it. There's nothing added to it. It's plain coffee. Our bag says 100% coffee. That's it. Now, if you check out the other guys, they're not selling you a black cup of coffee. They're selling you cream and sugar and flavors, but you don't get the taste, the flavor, and the aroma that we create. Is it a bad thing? Apparently not, because they're making billions of dollars off it. So the question is, can you make money at it? Absolutely. You don't have to have the best tasting coffee out there to make money. If you drown it in chemicals and flood it with the sugars, you're okay, you're good to go, because somebody's buying that coffee every single day. And doing it that way, you're going to be paying a lot of extra money for all the creams and sugars and the extra stuff you're adding to it. If you want to be a coffee roaster, you have to decide, am I roasting coffee that's going to be burnt, that people are going to put chemicals in or sugars to make it taste good? Or am I going to roast that specific specialty coffee that has a taste, flavor, and aroma? Because every one of the beans, when I roast them, it has a great flavor and a taste and aroma, and I smell it right at the roaster itself. And you won't find that in regular coffee that's sold that has a lot of cream and sugar in it. And people that drink coffee know that. So be aware that you have to kind of decide, who do I want as my customer? So now that we've discussed where to get good coffee from, I think we give you a lot of good pointers. You can go out and do that yourself. Look at the numbers, look at the prices, get a good importer, make sure that you have somebody you can trust and rely on. Make sure they're going to ship it to you or you're going to go pick it up, whatever the case is. Make sure it's the quality and the grade that you want. Do you want a 1 or do you want a 5? Do you want it to be shipped by the pound, or do you want it to be shipped by the bag? Or do you want it to be shipped by the skid? That's strictly up to you. You're going to have to decide all these little factors and what your coffee is and what it's going to be. Here's the #1 results of the whole thing. Who am I selling to? What does it taste like? Is it what they want? Don't think of it just as you. Think of it as something that I'm selling to someone else. I want to make sure that that's exactly what they want. I want them to be happy and walk out of my store with a bag of coffee with a big smile on their face. So don't forget us at Cherry Blend Coffee Roasters, because that's what we do here. So if you're passionate enough, you can pull this off. This is something you're going to tend to and you're going to build every single day. I work 6, 7 days a week. Okay, that's what it takes. It's not a 1-hour deal. It's not a 15-minute deal. How much do you have here to make this work? How much do you have here to make this work? That's up to you. You decide. So if this has helped you out, you're interested in more videos, we have other videos available on our Coffee Roasters University. And check us out. Don't forget to like us and share the videos with your friends. If you're in town or if you want to stop in anytime, give us a call or just stop in, 10th and Cherry. We're here Monday through Friday from 10 to 5:30, Saturday 10 to 3. And if you need to call us, give us a call, 330-483-5297, and check us out at cherryblendcoffeeroasters.com.